Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've arrived in the village of Potter Heigham and we're here to do a 5.8 mile circular walk, taken in the village of Thurne also, and walking along the River Thurne, which is along the Weavers Way hiking trail. Let's hike on. So as you can see, we're going to be setting off from Lathams here in Potter Heigham and stepping over the bridge. So we're going to be heading out on Bridge Road, and once we head over the bridge we'll be on to the causeway, and as soon as we get off the bridge we'll be taking more or less a right turn, and that'll be on to Weavers Way. So over the bridge we go. As you can see, the water is at a very high level today, and it has been raining for about the last 2 weeks, so the ground is going to be very wet and maybe a bit soggy underfoot. Up ahead is our turn and right coming, so all you want to be doing is following the Weavers Way signs here. So here's that right turn, and as I said, follow the Weavers Way signs here. So head for the river and walk along the river path. So as you can see, we're now walking alongside the River Thurne here, and as you can also see, along this section we'll come across all these riverside properties here, and there are some unique properties here as well, some very pretty ones. Okay, so we'll get the introductions out of the way straight away. So it's me, Chay, on the journey today, and as you can see there's Lee and Nutty Nanny also behind.
Good morning!
Coming up on the left here is Repps Drainage Mill. It's also known as the Old Mill. Very pretty. I believe this was once rented out for holidays. I'm not sure if it still is, or whether it's just privately owned and lived in now. So you want to continue on the path alongside the River Thurne, which you want to be on your right hand side, and you want to follow that one all the way to Thurne Dyke. That's where we'll be leaving the River Thurne and heading back towards Potter Heigham. So just remember, if you come to any turns, just remember to keep following them Weavers Way signs all the way to the village of Thurne. Okay, in the distance there, the white mill there, that is Thurne Mill that we'll be visiting, and behind that, on the opposite side of the river, that is St Benet's Level Drainage Mill. So over the other side of the River Thurne here, you can see Womack Drainage Mill, looking rather worse for wear, but still standing. No subsidence by the looks of it. other side of the River Thurne here, you'll be able to see Womack water. Okay, so right in front of me here, the white mill here, that is Thurne Mill, and this one was built in 1820, and this one is always open in the summertime, well worth a visit. You'll get a guided tour. So over the other side of the river here, and this one is situated on the River Bure. This is St Benet's Level Drainage Mill and was built in 1775 and is Grade 2 listed. So we're now outside Thurne Mill here, and here's a little information board. So if you wish to read, please zoom in and pause. So we're right on the corner here of Thurne Mill. So we're now going to be walking down Thurne Dyke here. I'll give you a shot down to the end of the dyke, and at the very end you'll find a pub. So this is about halfway point, so if you wish to stop for food or drink, this is the best place, or the only place. So Thurne Stave is on the right here, and we're now walking down towards the street. You'll be wanting to be taking a right turn, but then after that there's a quick left turn you need to be taking, but I'll show you all that bit when we get there. So we've now arrived on the street, the Lion Inn, Thurne. Here's the hours of opening. This is the end of February, so these may change for the summer months. So when you get to the pub, you want to take your right, and as you can see here, there is a left turn on the Weaver's Way still, but up here is where we're going to be leaving the Weaver's Way. So this will be the last sign we follow probably. So we're walking up through Home Farm here. So we're now going to be stepping off the concrete path here. You want to carry on up. There is a left turn coming up, and on that left turn corner is the community orchard or community woodland, so you know exactly where to turn. So just here on the right hand side of the path here is the church at Thurne, just so you can get your bearings. So if you're enjoying this walk today, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So here on the left here is the community woodland area that I was talking about. So come past that, then you want to be taking the left down the side of the woodland here, and you want to head down to Repps Road, but you don't want to go all the way down to Repps Road. We cut across the field just before we arrive at Repps Road, but I'll show you that bit once again. So as you can see, Nutty, Nanny and Lee are taking the right turn across the field here. You can continue down to the road and take a right if you wish, but at Hikeaholics we like to stay off the road if possible. And this is a public right of way. Here we are, we've arrived at Repps Road, and as you can see, the footpath sign ahead, so straight over. Okay, so there is sort of a turn in here. There seems to be a left, but we want to be taking the straight on approach or the right slightly. As you can see, the dyke here will be on your right hand side. Just carry on the path straight out. As you can see, we've got a tree down in front. We'll quite easily navigate around that though, not a problem. It's lovely walking through this woodland area. You can hear the birds singing. Okay, so we're now stepping out of the woodland area. We're still carrying on straight out on the path. There is a bench here if you wish to sit here and rest. We're going to be heading out to the field in front here that you can see. And we'll be walking up on the left hand side of the hedge here. So we're now leaving that woodland area, we're right on the corner of it here, and you just want to follow it straight out up the grassy track here, as you can see, where Lee and Nutty and Nanny are walking. It's a nice wide track here. Okay, we've just arrived at a place we need to turn. So this is where the beehive is and the bench you can see, or half a bench anyway. So we're taking a right here. You can see Lee and Nutty and Nanny walking across the field there. That's exactly where we need to go. So it's just a little jut right and a little jut left. So we've now come to an end of the path across the fields here, and out in front is Stave Road, which we're going to be crossing straight over and heading straight down the track up ahead. Okay, so when you get to this part, the Flint House here on the left, make sure you take the right hand path because the rest is private, and carry on straight up the path still. So here we're now arriving in the village of Bastwick, and we will be taking a left here. So you can see this thatched cottage in front, and it's also Low Road. We want to be taking a left on Low Road, and you want to be following this one up all the way to the end, and there'll be a T-junction, and that's where we'll be taking a left. So we've now come to the end of Low Road, and it is High Road in front. So you want to be taking your left and following this all the way back, near enough to Potter Heigham and Lathams, but we'll have to walk along the causeway first. So I've just now turned off left down towards the causeway off High Road. And we're not actually going to be walking down the causeway here. There's a path that runs alongside it, so we're going to be crossing the road here. As you can see, the other side, the footpath there. Okay, we haven't got too much further to go, so we'll say our goodbyes now. So it's goodbye from me, Chay, and a goodbye from Lee and Nutty Nanny.
Goodbye, catch you next time.
Bye.
As you can see, the nippy chippy here on the right hand side. So we're now going to be going over the bridge here.